My name is Jose Camara, and I shall be presenting to you today the topic, a substance-free life. First, we shall be talking about alcohol use and its dangers. Alcohol has serious effects on drinkers under the age of 18. Many people nowadays always say it's good to drink, or it's fun, or it's good, but it has serious effects on the body. Alcohol is a chemical drug. It is classified as a dependent, which means it causes temporary intoxication. It also slows down the body. We have types of alcohol: beer, which is about 5% of alcohol, tequila, which is 7% alcohol, table wine, and whiskey. Now, table wine is about 12% alcohol, and the highest amount of alcohol a person can drink is 40%. We have short-term effects of alcohol in the body. Alcohol can have some serious effects, including headaches, memory loss, unconsciousness, distorted vision and hearing, slurred speech, decreased coordination, and vomiting. These most of you have already heard of. Alcohol addiction. Well, alcohol is an addictive substance. If you have friends that drink, you know that alcohol can be very addicting, and sometimes it can be very hard for a person to stop if they started drinking under the age of 18. Some reasons for them drinking are peer pressure, family pressure, pressure from the community, pressure from your school, your peers, your friends. Most of what we do nowadays are all influenced by our peers or family members. Consequences of drinking alcohol. There can be some personal consequences, and it can also affect people around you. Personal consequences are low grades, depression, suicide thoughts, and antisocial behavior. Consequences on family: anger and violence, challenges in relationship, and loss of relationship. You can also feel guilty sometimes. Alcohol poisoning. Sometimes people can have alcohol poisoning. Signs that you have alcohol poisoning include inability to wake up, vomiting, slow and irregular breathing, seizures, and low body temperature. Summary: do not drink under the age of 18 because it can have serious consequences on your life. Nicotine and tobacco. We've all heard of nicotine and tobacco, or you all know it as smoking. Smoking can be very dangerous on your health. Like you refuse some other things, you can also refuse nicotine and tobacco. Nicotine is a substance that causes addiction. So if you start smoking under the age of 15, 16, you can have serious addiction to tobacco and nicotine. This is how nicotine and tobacco companies actually get more users. Examples of nicotine and tobacco products are cigarettes, pipes, e-cigarettes, as you all know. And nicotine can have serious effects on the body, nicotine and tobacco, because tobacco is a substance that contains nicotine. So some effects on it, short-term effects of nicotine, most of you have probably felt, are increased heart rate, blood pressure, abnormal tightening in the airways, and stimulating the brain's reward center. Long-term effects: reducing lifespan, increased risk of dental problems, and you can also have strokes. Cancer. Nicotine and tobacco can cause cancer sometimes. It is very dangerous because it changes the cell's DNA to say that you like nicotine and tobacco, and examples of some cancers are mouth and throat, stomach cancers, and leukemia, which is like a cancer that is very hard to get rid of. Nicotine can have serious effects on mental health. You can have stress, mood swings, anger, anxiety, and of course depression. Some things affect nicotine and tobacco. Almost like alcohol, most of it is by peer pressure. Some personal reasons you might want to manage stress, control weight, look mature, or cope with depression. Media. Well, we all have phones today and we all watch TV. So when we see other people, mostly we want to copy them. And people in movies usually produce this as an okay thing to do, tobacco and nicotine. Consequences of using tobacco and nicotine. Families and friends might not want to be around people that smoke. It can be very hard for them to be around you. And you can have yellow teeth and yellow nails, and it can just ruin homes. If you're an adult, you can ruin your home by just smoking. Overall, quit nicotine and tobacco. Another point we want to talk about today are illegal drugs, prescription and illegal drugs. Drugs are often negotiated with a negative use because most people nowadays are using it for a negative purpose. Drugs is a medical or other substance that physically affect the body. You can take it when you're sick, and it can have effects on people depending on how much you take, your body weight, your blood pressure, etc. Prescription drugs are drugs that are given by doctors. You all know prescription drugs. You go to the doctor's office and they write down some notes and you take like cough medicine if you're sick. Prescription drugs are usually abused. And there are also other prescription drugs like non-prescription drugs. They'll call them over-the-counter drugs, which means you can get them almost anywhere and everywhere. These are the ones that are commonly abused among teens. Illegal drugs are such as marijuana, heroin, cocaine, and other designer drugs. Designer drugs are like tiny drugs that you can take but have serious effects on the bodies. Marijuana. It also has like nicknames such as pot, grass, and weed. It is a herb that is usually used to clear the stomach if you have like stomach injuries. And short-term effects of marijuana, mood swings, difficulty